Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, July the 14th, 2023. Friday, July the 14th. Well, I got to say this. It opens up with Anna hearing a ruckus at her door. So she goes to the door. She pulls her gun out of her back, her little back pant pocket, or not even back pant pocket, just the back waistband. And I'm like, first of all, why does that door not have a peephole in it? You would peek to see who's out there. You really would. Seriously, Anna, where's your Ring doorbell? I say the same thing about Windermere. Where's the peephole? Where's the Ring doorbell? So anyway, she opens it up, and Dante has this guy on the ground. He had a hoodie and, is going to arrest him. And so he goes, I saw this guy lurking around, your house. And he goes, I was just walking by. And he goes, no, he was lurking. So she takes a look at him and she goes, won't be necessary, Dante. I know exactly who this is. And the guy looked at her and she goes, it's one of Sonny's men. And Dante looks at him and he ends up letting him go. Right. And she said that, Sonny has decided he's going to obviously do some protection on her. A lot of good that's really going to do, realistically, y'all. But anyway, so Dante, they call Sonny. He comes over. And Dante says, yeah, I apprehended one of your goons. And he goes, wait, what? She goes, yeah. The man you put on me. And he goes, well, I'm definitely going to rectify that. Because if he had done his job, you wouldn't have known he was looking out for you. And so Dante looked at him and Anna looked at him like, Sonny, I told you that I did not need your help. And he goes, I know what you told me. He says, and the only thing I'm going to tell you is the next guy you're not going to see. And Sonny's holding his ground. Say what you want, Anna. The next guy you're not going to see. So anyway, they continue with their comp chit chat, meant nothing. Now, remember the person that touched Sam on her shoulder? It was Mac. He takes her wherever he took her. And she goes, you pretty much abducted me from there. He goes, what were you doing? Surveying Cody Bell. And she goes, wait, first of all, I wasn't surveying Cody. Second of all, what are you doing there? And he goes, I'm trying to conduct an operation. And so she goes, you're investigating, or you're, spying on Cody? And he goes, what are you doing spying on Cody? He goes, Sam goes, I was surveying Selena Wu. And I thought, okay, well, that's very dangerous, Sam. That's just like you gonna try to survey Sonny without Sonny ended up finding out. Selena will find out. And now she will have you killed because you're nothing to her, Sam. P.I. Sam, right? And so Max says, surveying Selena Wu for what purpose? She goes, I think she's gotten Cody into something. And I'm trying to find out, I'm trying to, because Cody has a certain skill set. And, Max says, what skill set? She goes, let's just say he's pretty good at playing cards, right? So Max says, look, get this shirt right. We don't know all about the illegal card game Selena Wu is operating in a back room at the Savoy. And she goes, you do? He says, yes, we do. She goes, well, if you know all about it, why haven't you? He goes, that's not enough to hold somebody of Selena Wu's caliber. He said, that game, that illegal game, is the least of her crimes. He goes, on top of the fact, she goes, oh, that Cody is involved and you're trying to protect Cody. He goes, and he's making it very difficult. He goes, yes, I would really like him not to be involved because I am trying to, you know, keep him out of it as much as possible. And so she goes, but Sam goes, but I think she has something on him and I don't know what it is, right? And so Sam says, Max says, you need to stay out of this because this could be dangerous, right? This could be very dangerous. And so Sam is like, oh, well, I don't know if she ended up agreeing or she pretty much didn't disagree because, Sam is going to do what Sam wants to do. But now that she knows, Mac knows about Selena, which is, remember, we always said Mac they've been surveying her for months. And so she goes, do you think, is Curtis going to be in trouble? He says, no, we feel Curtis Ashford is a unwilling participant. Okay. We're not after Curtis Ashford. So I thought, well, okay, well, that's letting us know Curtis is going to skate on that, right? Nothing's going to happen to him when that happens. So anyway, Sam and Mac finished talking, and then we deal with Christina's at the hospital. So TJ, oh, that pissed me off. You know what I said about doctors when they come to family on soap operas? And they say, is Curtis okay? TJ's like, Uncle Curtis made it through the surgery. So you mean he's alive, right? Fix your face to fit that. Yes, there might be some complications, but we're all out here thinking he's dying through this surgery. Fix your face, TJ. You don't have to come out doing a jig of Curtis made it. No, but you come out with some relief. It's touch and go, everybody. But Uncle Curtis made it through the surgery. Now, there was some crisis, and I'm going to let Dr. blah, blah, blah over here explain them to you. And then go hug Molly, do whatever. And let the other doctor say all the rest. All the rest is the bullet was lodged near his spine. It did some definite damage to his nervous system there. So they won't know the extent of the damage until Curtis wakes up. He could be paralyzed, which we already know he's going to be paralyzed for a number of months. We doing a Sonny Corinthos all over again. He's going to be in a wheelchair. He's going to be bitter. He's going to be whatever. And I don't know if I even have the oomph to want to deal with that. So anyway, Molly and TJ are off to the side, and she's hugging him and he's hugging her. And he said, Molly, it was so close. And Uncle Curtis still isn't out the woods. Oh, she goes, I know, because you were in there watching it. That had to be rough. And he's like really leaning on her. Christina comes off. Ma, TJ, woo, what a relief that your uncle is, made it and, it's going to be okay. And he looked at Christina and he said, my Uncle Curtis is in critical condition still, and he is in the ICU. He is far from being okay, Christina. And he turns and he walks away, right? Because she's like, okay, we can talk about something else. And see, we all know what that something else is. Okay, so he walks away. She goes, what's wrong with TJ? And Molly said, TJ and his family are going through a crisis right now, Christina. And she goes, I know. And that's why I said, thank God Curtis is going to be okay. She goes, but he doesn't know he's going to be okay. Nobody knows if he's going to be okay, Chrissy. She goes, I know, but you know what? Maybe I should go back over. She goes, no, don't, nope, don't say nothing else to Kurt. But no, what I want to say is, I've got something that I want. She says, Chrissy, just stop. What do you mean? She goes, just stop. I know you. What do you mean you know me? And so Molly turned around. She goes, oh, I know exactly what you want to do. I heard you. She goes, no, you want to be the savior. You want to give TJ something I can't. And she goes, what are you talking about? There's nothing between me and TJ. She goes, no, I'm not saying that, Christina. But I heard you say you want to give TJ something I can't. You want to be the surrogate. You want to carry our baby. And she looked. Oh. And then Molly goes, and then it would be all about you. And then it would be everything, no matter what happens, is going to be your ordeal. And so she goes, because you're selfish like that, Christina. She goes, oh, I'm selfish. Yeah, I'm the selfish one. I'm the one who's thinking of my little sister. I'm the one who wants to give my little sister and her husband a baby, carry a child for 9 months, and then turn the child over, but I'm the selfish one. Which Christina had a point, and so Molly just looked at her, right? But see, once again, Alexis told Christina, this is not the time to bring that up. Do not. And I'm telling you, that's exactly what Christina was. She was getting ready to flip that switch from TJ's grief and worry onto me carrying your baby. This will give you some good news to think about. Alexis told her, Christina, if that's what they want, let them come to you. Don't you go to them with this. And she would not shut up, following Molly. But no, I want to say, oh my goodness, I wanted to turn around and slap her for Molly. I really did. Because she was one-track minded. It doesn't matter that ultimately, yes, she's willing to do this sacrifice for her sister, but just the way she's bulldozing them into this whole thing against everybody's warnings, that's how she's going to do that entire pregnancy. That is a bad idea. A bad idea. So anyway, we'll see the rest of their conversation. So now we have, let's see, Trina goes to see Curtis because, they let him in. They're going to let them in one at a time, right? Trina goes in to see him, and then she's trying to hold his hand. She calls him Dad. And I thought, no, now is the time to call him Dad, girl. You've been mad at him, not wanting to speak to him, keeping him at less than arm's length, and you're going to walk in his room. Dad. No, still Curtis, right? So she's sitting there, and then all of a sudden she gets nervous. She has a panic attack. She's looking at his hand with the monitor. She's looking at the machines beeping. So she runs out the room, and she runs over to Portia and Stella and Marshall. And she goes, I couldn't stand there. And so Portia's like, it's okay, baby, calm down. So she goes, please, can you go in there? I don't want him to be alone. So Portia goes in there. I know, it's I love you, Curtis. Curtis. You got to know how much I love you. Okay, Curtis, I'd have one to speak to you. I told you now, how could you? I don't know where we stand, but I love you. Stay with me. So Trina goes to take a walk. Stella and Marshall are talking. Stella goes to stand up and almost passes out. Marshall's like, Stella. She goes, oh, because remember, Stella has that problem, especially if she's worrying a lot. And, he goes, look, we're in a hospital, Stella. Let's go get you checked out. But by then, Trina has come back. And so Stella is still sitting. She shrunk back down onto the couch, and Marshall eased her back down. And Trina comes up and she goes, I'm so sorry. I wasn't strong enough to stay in there. And they're like, no, Trina, no, honey. You can tell Curtis when he feels better. So Marshall actually helps Stella stand up. And Stella's leaning on him and holding on him because she's still unsteady. And they're talking to Trina. Now, my whole thing is, everybody knows you have a problem, Stella. This has been a very stressful situation. You guys have been at the hospital all night long and you probably haven't eaten. It's okay to let somebody know this has been tough on you as well. What is this? Right? So they leave the scene with them. Portia's still in there crying over Curtis. What was funny, this was the funny scene. Nina comes to visit Sasha. But Cody comes first. He's knocking on the door. Gladys looks through the peephole. Now there's a peephole. She opens the door. She says, Sasha is busy, and slams the door in Cody's face. Because Sasha first was in the living room, and Gladys said, because she goes, I don't know what happened, Gladys. I don't know. Something's going on. And Gladys looks at her. Have you taken your afternoon meds yet? So she goes, no. She goes, you should go take them. She goes, maybe you're right. When the truth comes out, Sasha is not going to forget this. She's not going to forget it in the least, everybody, right? So anyway, that's when she goes to take her meds. Cody knocks on the door. And then once Gladys slams it in his face, he bangs on it like he's the police this time. Gladys opens the door. I said, Sasha, and as she's talking, Cody pushes his way by. Sasha called me. I'm coming to see Sasha. So Sasha comes out the back, and Sasha says, he goes, Sasha, I'm so sorry. I didn't, I was unable to take your call. And, and I heard there was a problem. And Gladys jumps in like she's a pit bull. Yeah. See, you couldn't bother to be there for Sasha in her time of need. You completely let her down, and you call yourself up for, Gladys was, and Sasha's like, Gladys, no, wait, Gladys. And Cody's looking down like, you know what? I'm this close, chick, this close. And so she goes, so where were you, Cody? Where were you? What were you doing that you could not help your so-called friend in the time of need? And he looked at Sasha and he goes, I'm sorry that I wasn't available. He goes, but I tell you, Gladys, Sasha was only trying to call me because nobody could get a hold of you. So what were you doing, Gladys, that nobody could get a hold of you? And Gladys looked, don't turn this on me. And I thought, chick, shut up. He didn't even come to see you. You all off in the middle. She's dead in the middle in front of Sasha, turning it against Cody. And he did. I'm glad he said, where were you? What were you doing? Why could nobody reach you all afternoon? Right? So she's she's gearing up again. And Sasha says, Gladys, take a beat. I want to talk to Cody alone. I want to talk to him. Gladys looks at her. So she goes stomping in the back. And Sasha's like, I'm so sorry that, he goes, look, I'm here for you. I don't care about Gladys. What happened? And she goes, I really, really messed up. And I called you by I could think sheer force of habit. And he goes, well, I'm happy you did call me. Because she was saying to Gladys, I called him in a force of habit because we're not even really friends now. And she goes, oh, good. Well, that's good. But anyway, since, okay, force of habit, she don't need you. You can leave, right? And so Gladys is like, no, I want to speak to Cody. So they're talking, and Cody says, by the way, we are friends, and they kind of make up. And then the doorbell rings again. Gladys comes running out because she told that department store when they called her about her purchases. She says, oh, yeah, I want the coat. And so I guess the person said, well, did you want the other item? She goes, yeah, you know what? Put the purse, the hat, it's a whole bunch of stuff. Glad, yeah, I'll take it all. Why not? So they said, we're going to have it delivered within the hour, right? So Gladys heard the doorbell ring. She thought it was the delivery. So she comes running out the back and she goes, I'll get it. And it's Nina. Sasha, I just heard, oh my God, what happened? What? And Cody's still there, right? So Sasha says, Gladys, can you tell Nina what happened while I talk to Cody? So Gladys goes, sure. Gladys gets Nina over there. Our girl is in trouble. I feel she's going right back to the way she was. And Nina's like, wait, what? Since when? Because she had been fine. And she goes, no, she got in an incident to where she took some stuff from the department store. And luckily, Maxie, right? Maxie had to come and clean the whole thing up. And, but no, she's slipping and she's, and so Nina's like, oh my God. And so she goes, yeah, so we really got to start watching her. Oh, and so Nina says, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. And Nina's like, well, look, I have to get going. She goes, Sasha, look, no, Nina got a phone call. And Sasha said, no, Nina, go ahead and go. I'm okay. Right? So Cody, at this point, Cody and Sasha were talking before Nina left because Sasha, now her meds are kicking in. She getting giddy and Cody's talking to her, but he's kind of looking like, something's happening here, right? Oh, Sasha's laughing. Sasha's, and Nina's kind of looking at her and Gladys says, yeah, haven't you noticed she's not acting like herself? And Nina's kind of looking at her the way she's laughing and carrying on. And so Nina gets a phone call, I think. Somehow Nina has to go. And Sasha says, no, go. Gladys says, I'm going to walk her out. So Gladys walks her out to the hallway. She closes the door. Nina says, well, obviously you want to say something to me, Gladys, because I definitely did not need walking out, right? Gladys tells her, I'm torn with something. She goes, what are you torn with? She goes, I'm Sasha's guardian. And isn't it my obligation to go to the courts and tell them about this, what happened today, this incident? Nina said, wait, what? Are you asking my opinion for me to give you permission to go tell on Sasha? I said, oh no. She goes, like Sasha said, it was a misunderstanding. But no, Nikki couldn't have been. She goes, no, stop right there, Gladys. Why? She goes, the store is not pressing charges. There now is no incident. Sasha was not arrested, right? Case is closed. Everything is over. Why would you suggest you go and tell the judge? And Gladys is like, well, I was just, so she goes, let me tell you something. You will not say one word about this to anybody, Gladys. And Gladys looks at Nina. Because Nina was like, oh, heck no. No. You ain't doing that. I might call the SEC on some folks, but you ain't doing that. And Gladys just kind of, because see, she knows she can't be too overt with it. She knows that. And look, let Sonny hear something like that she was thinking about calling a judge. over an incident that was smoothed out. Oh, heck no. And you say you care for her? Mm. So that was pretty interesting to me. So now Nina leaves, but then in just a minute, the door opens. Now, Cody, they did not show. Yes, they did show. Gladys comes back in with her packages. Cody is standing there getting ready to see saying goodbye to Sasha. And Gladys is like, don't let us stop you. Because he goes, look, I have to go. I've got a stable to clean. I've got some horses to groom. And Gladys is like, don't let us stop you. And he just looks at Gladys. And as he's walking by, he's giving her one of those, I got your number, chick. As he's walking by her, she's looking at him and they're both looking at each other. And Sasha's looking like, what's going on with those two, right? So he leaves and she goes, let me tell you something about him. Don't trust him. You can't trust a man like Cody Bell, Sasha, more than whatever she says. And Sasha just looks at Gladys. And Sasha goes, wait, was those bags something else I bought? And Gladys goes, no, this is stuff for me. This is what I ordered. I purchased it. And she goes swishing back to her room. Now, that isn't doing a red flag for anybody, right? That isn't. Like, Gladys, I'm giving you a salary. Not really enough for you to go shop at the most expensive department chain in Genoa City. But nobody's going to think about that, right? Nobody's going to think about it. So anyway, we shall see what's going to happen to that. We will see. Let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. Let me see. I'm going to actually have to turn my stopwatch on, my timer, because there's a ton of comments, and I'm going to start at the bottom this time. Here we go. The bottom. And I'm going to do 10 minutes of comments, and I may kind of go a little random, skip some, go around because it's a whole lot here. Now, here we go. All right, LaShunta says, I don't care about the hospital scene. Curtis and his mom scene was nice. Every time I see Nina, I see red. Marshall, have a seat. Right? Since Jason's gone, Sonny's a joke. I don't care for Cody. I knew Sam was going to investigate Miss Wu, Cody, and Gladys when Spinelli told her. Now everybody anybody hasn't closed the club up. Sam should have regulated her. Regulated who? I really hate the way they write Chrissy. It's like she's hyper. Alexis always wants Sonny to be the bad guy. Yeah, Alexis did call Sonny and asked Sonny. No, I don't think she did. Yeah, she did. She asked Sonny to come see her, right? So he went to go see her. She always wants Sonny to be the bad guy. Sasha needs to throw those pills away. Now they think she's problematic. Please get Gladys. And Lucy says, look out, Sasha. If you have amnesia, Nina might scoop in to help you because she's a amnesiac magnet. She's a magnet for amnesiacs. I wonder if Martin is still married. I doubt it. If he's getting $50,000 a month, that's alimony, right? And Lucy says, classless Gladys. Gotta love it. Plus, when Martin and Anna were talking, she would have said, well, for one thing, you already married. How can you marry Lucy? He's divorced, right? And she said, you don't want to lose your divorce, your alimony from wife number 3. And Lisa says, Gladys is not going to make her installment payment to Wu. She thinks her luck has turned around. Not even close. Gladys thinks she's rich and she's going to put the money she stole back in Sasha's account. Yeah, right. Ron says, Cody got lucky that Selena didn't take him out. Sam is going to get caught taking pictures since she believes Cody now is playing her with something that he won't get $1 million for or something. She fell for it. You mean Selena? Selena, he's going to end up, once he doesn't get it, what's going to happen? He's promising her something that it's not even a for sure thing. Stupid Cody. When he said that, I thought, okay, trouble, right? Lisa says, I think it was the WSB's mission and Victor had taken it. It was the WSB that blew up the boat that Victor was on. Scott thinks they're responsible. Okay, I see. All right. Lisa says, Marty doesn't want to give up his free ride and his alimony check every month. And Lori says, didn't the necklace get blown up on the boat? And it was the WSB that blew it up. So I guess they were responsible. Possibly. I'm too lazy to go back and check it out. LOL. And then Lisa says she remembers Scott telling Cody just that. And let's see, what else do we have here? Let me skip. We've got Night Girl says, sort of reminds me of when Ava drugged Morgan and Morgan started acting weird and later is killed in the car explosion. Yes, but here's the thing about Ava. Ava did not drug Morgan. Ava, and I'm not going to say is what she did was worse, because what's happening in both of these incidents are equally as bad. Ava took Morgan's bipolar medication to keep him leveled out and switched them with placebos. So he wasn't taking any medicine at all, which allowed his hormone levels to just go all over the place. And he knew he was taking his medicine. Carly and Sonny started noticing, getting a little erratic, and they said, Morgan, are you taking your, yes, I'm taking my medicine. Oh, every day. And he was taking it. As a matter of fact, Sonny and Carly, one of the two, they went in and counted the pills. And they could tell that he had been taking them, right? They couldn't figure out what was happening. That's because Ava switched those pills, yes, Night Girl 45, with placebos. And then Lisa says, Tracy threatening Brooklyn with espionage is horrible. Never a way a family member should act towards each other. She might get caught. But here's the thing. Brooklyn is so stupid. She's supposed to be a quartermain. Call your granny's bluff. Say, go ahead, granny. Tell on me. And I'm going to tell you were the one that were blackmailing me to do it. Chase already just found out you were blackmailing me. So tell on me for what you wanted me to do. And now you're going to have to answer to why you wanted it done. Tracy would back off like there was no tomorrow. Back off like there's no tomorrow. Anthony says, Sonny probably was not the target. Somebody should watch her at all times. You mean Anna? And Lisa said, thank you, God, for Maxie looking out for Sasha. Sam needs to catch Gladys. She is giddy for doing her crap to Sasha. And then let me skip up a bit. Let's see. We have, I am says, OMG. Erica is Tad Martin's ex-wife. That'll be interesting if they make that happen like that. Not Tad Martin's, I'm sorry, Martin's wife, because Tad Martin was the character on All My Children. Martin Gray is this guy here. DB says, that's crazy, but I can't blame Martin. $50K a month would be, would have to understand. And then I am says, I'm thinking Sasha would overdose and not come back after she has her baby. Or she had her baby on May 21st. Gladys will end up with the rest of her money. Oh, no. This storyline ain't gonna go that well for Gladys at all. Okay, it is not. And I am says, time to tell Sonny. And yes, I am also said the 100 Star blew up the necklace. That is so true. That is so true. And then Linda says, you know, as much as Maxie talks, I'm surprised that Maxie didn't blurt out to Chase that Sasha was acting strange at the store. I know, while shopping for Willow. Like now she decides to keep her flap shut. Really, I think Maxie is in the whole watching, trying to figure things out stage with Sasha. Maxie's gonna watch now the different mood changes and going on. And then Eduardo says those looks are soap opera Tata moments, aka the Brooklyn. Is that what that is, Eduardo? And Richard says, another great recap, daily recap lady. Those impressions of Miss Wu are hilarious. Hello there says, as a viewer, I find the scenes with Christina, Alexis, Sam, and Molly very uncomfortable. They are often focused and catty over Christina. I understand she can be a bit naive, but it seems unnecessary for Alexis, Sam, and Molly to be so condescending towards her at every turn. I think the writers need a different direction with that family. You know what, I could agree with you on that. They sometimes, even though they do write Christina that way, but it's like, man, do they have to really? Chrissy, don't say nothing to Chrissy every time Chrissy. But look, she plays right into it, because every time she opens her mouth, I'm like, why on earth are you saying that, stupid? Right? And then also Portia speaking to Nina was funny in a sense of them each being one hypocrite comforting another. Wasn't Portia just all upset about Curtis being in the hospital? Now she's acting like she has everything all wrapped up tight and treating her daughter like she's a 6-year-old child. Now, this makes sense. None of this makes sense to me. However, if I'm going to give the writers the benefit of the doubt, perhaps they attempted to be crystal clear about how hypocritical Portia is. But we already knew that. LOL. That is so true. And then Lisa says the necklace was being used during the mission on Victor. Lisa also said Curtis's mother wanted him to stay with her. Most mothers would want their child to live. Yeah, and live with their children a long and healthy life. What was that? She wanted him to enjoy a long, she wanted him to enjoy a long, happy life. No, she didn't. She wanted him to be dead with her and Tommy. Well, that's it for Comic Corner. I pretty much almost got to all of them within the 10 minutes, just a smidgen over here. But I will be back Monday with another daily recap of General Hospital.